welcome everybody to the Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing, April 25th, 2024. A motion to open the meeting. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor.
All in favor.
With us tonight, we have board member Julia McCormick and Tom Kempner. We have our legal counsel, Brian Stoller, and our village planner, Alex Wallach. We are not ready with any of the written decisions, but will be shortly, except for case number 3174, Victor Finalborgo, 79 Edward Lane, where I will motion to accept the written decision prepared by our legal counsel. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor of accepting the written decision in 79 Edward Lane, case number 3174, say aye.
Aye.
I'll send it.
Oh, sorry. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Alex, I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then we have several adjournments, which we covered at our last public hearing. So we are ready with case number 3172, 60 Breeze Lane, Gabriella M. Leff.
Trorig, 2317 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. At our last meeting on the 9th, we had talked about two changes to the site plan that you wanted to see. One was a landscape plan, and the second was moving the pool equipment. We submitted a site plan from Sean Leonard. I think you should have it in your packet, but it shows the two changes. You can see here, we have the property surrounding. You can see from the plan that we have the property surrounded and enclosed with landscaping, and then we moved the pool equipment to directly next to the house, which is about as far away as we can get it from our neighbor to the east. And those were the two changes, and actually the landscaping has been installed, and I have pictures. So the first picture to my left, your right, depicts the Edward Street side. And then the second picture to this one shows the Breeze Lane side. So that's been installed. The only, there's about a 20-foot wide gap on Edward so we can get trucks in to construct the pool. If the board has any other questions, I'm happy to answer
So
them.
you're gonna close that gap when the pool is complete?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Do any board members have questions?
Not at this time,
Should I submit these photos for your record?
Sure, thank you.
please.
You want copies or one?
One's fine for the file.
Do any members of the public wish to be heard on 60 Breeze Lane? Okay, shall I motion to close for decision?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll motion to close for decision, case number 3172, 60 Breeze Lane. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the next
Thanks
case.
for your time.
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to note, case number 5 on your agenda, 3169, that was a new request. They're asking to be adjourned to the next
Okay, why don't we
meeting.
go back and accept the adjournment?
Yeah, just so
You're
we
correct.
acknowledge that
Thank you.
request. Sure.
So we'll motion in case number 3169, 153 Bishop's Lane, to accept the applicant's request to adjourn to Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, our next public hearing. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Alex. We have then case number 3173, Hill Street Cottage LLC, 306 Hill Street.
Good evening. I'm Jackie Morley here from Toomey, Latham, Shea, Kelly, Dubin, and Cordero on Riverhead. We were here previously on April 9th. Good to see you all again. At the previous hearing, we were, sorry, I'm just going to shift over here. We were asked to provide additional information regarding the proposed hot tub and the other locations, potential locations in the property. I did submit on the 16th the specs for the hot tub, and I apologize for those being left out. in our initial submission. They were obviously submitted with the building permit application. And then I provided pictures, which I'll bring up here, that are part of the submission, if that's okay.
Please.
So what we did was we walked around, the property with a large cutout that mimics the size and shape of the hot tub. This first figure is the proposed location. Moving through, we took pictures of the other parts of the property. As you can see, this is facing west. This is the rear lot line here, and then a couple other locations, and to show this tree that is in the rear yard, but directly abutting, and actually the patio is cut out around this tree. This last bottom photo facing east is showing the edge of the pool here, and one other potential location, which as we were looking at it there, it is very, very close to the pool and would be pretty hazardous unless they ended up rebuilding the pool itself. Part of what we were trying to show was that the rear of the property and the rear lot line, and you know what, I'm going to grab the survey too, that's okay.
Sure.
So, this part here is considerably closer, even if perhaps it's not showing that well visually. And I looked at this for a long time on the survey here, but there is a lot. This is a lot more spacious on this side than the rear here. If you can see from this first photo, like you can see the fence line here. This is the pool, obviously, and the end of the patio. You can't even see the fence. It's all the way over here for this side yard. So our clients did take the time before applying to this board to look at different other locations and consider not only the disturbance to the property, but to the neighbors as well, and also when I say disturbance, I also mean the invasiveness of any construction would have to occur. So if it were to be in a different location, say somewhere here with the pool, more excavation would be required, that kind of thing. And they really wanted to do as minimal of that kind of disturbance to the neighbors as well. I do believe that at least one neighbor submitted a email in support as well of the project. And also just for here next to the pool, because of the pool shape too, it like having it with keeping in mind, as we noted in our submission, the location of the tree, which they do want to keep, putting it so close to the pool and the tree there's a step here as I showed you, and it kind of makes it difficult to configure there without doing more extensive excavation of the area. So pending, I guess I'll leave this like this for now, but pending any questions.
Most of the spas that I see in Southampton Village are not above ground. They're flush with the pool. So why wouldn't you put the hot tub or the spa in the slate patio, or find some room so that it's less visible and less elevated?
As in to be like dug into the.
That's how I see most of them,
Okay.
or
Never seen
all of them. Yeah.
I believe this is just the model that they had chosen. And I think they would certainly provide screening around the lifted one if they were to do that. From what I've looked at with the pool company, just that the model requires a slight step up, and then they would put screening around it so it wasn't visible from other.
Step up is approximately how many feet?
I'm gonna say it's probably about 3 feet up, but that's to get into it. It's not because it's raised. It's because just to get into the side of the hot tub. Does Does that make sense?
From the ground.
From the ground, yes.
From the ground.
Yeah, yes.
So it's
yeah.
probably 2 steps.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I bet.
I have one question about
Sure.
it, which I don't feel is, and I had looked at the pictures that you sent in, but I don't feel as though I have a clear enough idea of the size of the patio. And I know that we asked these same questions the last time we met, but it's been the lingering thing in my mind,
Okay.
which is how big is that patio, and could the hot tub fit on the patio rather than
Then
needing a
off to the
variance,
side.
right?
So, and I certainly didn't mean to, and I know we came back quickly, so I didn't mean to not give more information than I could have, but we were a little, like, okay, we gotta get it in, obviously.
Right, sure, of course.
So I went and met him, I think it was Tuesday, which is when we submitted. So, I will say, again, from the survey, it might not be as clear, but definitely when you're standing there, this part of the patio here is certainly too small, and that was what I was trying to show with the cutout.
Oh, balloons came by.
Oh.
It had something to do with the,
Oh,
the
okay.
screen.
Maybe we'll take
Not
that as a good sign, right? No.
Birthday party in New York.
Yeah. Like you can see, like this is certainly too narrow, and when we put it
Right.
down here, it just doesn't fit here. And
So is
and
the pool and the patio, are they integrated? That's what I'm not getting.
oh, so this is a step down.
Yep.
And I first converted original pictures, but so I don't know if you can see it below in this picture. So you can kind of see in this picture, there's an upper level to the patio here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you step down, and this is extremely narrow around this oval pool, which is what's covered here. And the tree here really extend, like the underneath here extends kind of pretty far, which is why they have it cut out.
Right.
So this portion here is bigger. This portion right here next to the house itself, with this is how you get in and out of the house here. Let me see if I can see it on here.
I don't know that you can.
No, I guess not. I guess, though, I think in my initial pictures, I might have had a picture of the back of the house. So to put it right next to the house here,
Mm-hmm.
it would be too close to the house itself, I guess, without explaining it any better. But the step down, it had to be a step and then a step around, I guess, because of the way the door is to get into the hot tub.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're just trying to show. There is limited space. I'm not trying it, especially again and this isn't any commentary on the survey, but when you really stand back there, you can really see it is a narrow backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and the side yard has a lot of space and
Right.
is nothing in it right now. So it would seem well suited, at least for this, to keep it away from the neighbors, as we discussed last time, where they're on that side, their pool house and their pool are much further away than the neighbors on the rear, which are, I believe it's pretty close to that side.
Because part of the reasons why I keep asking the questions is that hot tubs, and particularly above ground ones, they're not quiet. They're noisy. And I recognize that they need a power source in order to be able to operate properly. And so I get why they need to be close to the house, because that will be where the power source comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have some concerns about what the sound will be and the impact that may have, which is part of the reason I'm asking about the patio is that would provide a buffer, I believe. Just the structure itself would help to provide a buffer for it. So those are the things that I've been thinking about since hearing the application a few weeks ago, and tonight when I saw the photos, I thought, I still don't feel like I'm seeing what I need to be seeing in order to understand it fully. I mean, because of course, above ground, in the ground, different people have different tastes, but I'm also concerned about how that's going to impact, particularly on a narrower lot, how the neighbor will experience it. And
Of course.
hot tubs are usually operated day and night, So that's part of my thinking about it. I'm done with my
Yeah,
questions.
I think to put it into some context, and I hear what Julia's saying. We still think that there are alternate locations for the spa. They may not be as convenient, but they're certainly feasible, which is our guideline, and that it's entirely possible that you could locate a hot tub without a variance. But it may not be your number one choice for the location of the hot tub, but on balance, it's a better location from a zoning point of view. But we can close it for decision, or however you want to proceed.
Would you? I guess what I would say at this point is, would you allow it to be left open for just a written submission, perhaps about the
Sure.
the noise concerns, and I can provide us some more additional pictures of the
The patio.
I apologize
Sure.
if my I guess I need to just take better photos. But if that's acceptable to
Yes,
all of you,
Sure.
we'll close it.
some better photos and more photos of the backyard. Maybe that will show us that there isn't another feasible location, but that's our challenge.
Okay, understood. So that would be due by the 4th. I'm sorry, what day?
So the next
14th?
meeting would, if it's adjourned to the 14th, those will be due to the building department on May 7th at noon.
Okay, great. And
Digital and hard copy.
okay, but for other purposes, we are so I won't have another open part of the hearing then.
Right,
Just
for
the-
close for written
Okay.
submissions.
Perfect.
So I'll motion to close. Make sure I have that right. Motion to close case number 3173, 306 Hill Street for, except for written submission by May 7th? Is that what we said?
Yes.
Except for written submission by May 7th. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
One more.
We go to our first new case, case number 3175, 36 Windmill Lane.
Good evening, John Betts here, owners of Shippies. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you this evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. We've been open 10 months and we're back here to talk about something. I am surprised we're talking about this early. We thought we'd be talking about it next year. And that's really the opportunity and really need to expand the size of the restaurant. I'm here with my architect, Lisa, and she's going to run you through the details. But at a really high level, the restaurant's very busy on weekends. We had to do some things when we resurrected this 80-year-old building with steel, really made the place a little bit smaller than we had originally thought about. And so everything we're talking about today is really about meeting our guest needs, making it a little bit more comfortable, a little easier to move around in, making it easier for our employees to serve our guests. And we're talking basically about moving our bathrooms, providing a little bit more kitchen prep area so we can expand our menu and actually bring back some things that we're not able to do in our smaller kitchen, and also provide some more storage. And so I think one of the nice things about this is that it continues to work with the mayor's vision in terms of the comprehensive plan, in terms of beautifying the area. So I'll turn it over to Lisa. Thanks.
Hi, Lisa Zaloga. I'm the architect for John Betts and for Shippies. We're here for basically for the special exception use, because in village business, a restaurant and apartments is considered a special exception use, which I always found odd, but it's a special exception use. We are, as John said, looking to do a 1- and 2-story addition to the existing building. The 1-story addition is to the back or to the east from Windmill Lane, and the 2-story addition is to the south of the existing building. as I'm sure you guys are aware, Shippies has been here for decades. And so from a special exception use, I would hope that the expansion, being that we are not at this time increasing our occupancy, and we're looking primarily for the things that John mentioned, the storage, the bathrooms, those things, the special exception use, I think we hit all the criteria on it. There's really no change to anything. So the other parts of our variance have to do with the setbacks and the requirements in village business. So originally, 100 years ago, this was actually 3 lots. And at some point in time, it merged and became 1 lot. So when that actually happened, the building became pre-existing non-conforming in that in village business, a building is supposed to take up 90% of its street frontage, which it did when it was on that lot. When they merged, it basically is about 50% of the lot. Our addition does meet that 90% lot width. However, it's set back about 50 feet from Windmill Lane, where also in village business, you have a requirement that it can't be set back more than 3 feet. Our proposal is phase 2 of a 3-phase plan. We are currently trying to get approval from the health department to increase our occupancy, and that will entail doing an addition to this front portion here that will then comply to that less than 3-foot setback off of Windmill Lane. However, we're in that process. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get through because the septic system that's required is crazy, but it has been in front of the trustees, and they passed a resolution to grant us an easement into this parking lot area to put that septic. So we're working towards that. We're not there yet, but we're hoping that we can get this phase done so that we can make the restaurant operate better for now. So obviously, at some point in time, we would come back to you because when we increase our occupancy, we'll have to talk about other things. We're not there in that part of it now. So primarily, it's the special exception use, the expansion, and then the overall lot width. If you take it at the street, we don't conform. However, we also haven't changed. We were pre-existing non-conforming for that, and we're going to stay that way. Obviously, when we do this addition, if you take it back here, we do conform, so it's kind of a however you want to look at it. So then really the only dimensional variance is the fact that our addition does not currently go to within 3 feet of Windmill Lane.
Can you speak to the apartments?
There are 2 pre-existing apartments on the 2nd floor. It's a 2-bedroom apartment in the back and a 1-bedroom apartment in the front. They were renovated as part of phase 1, if you will, back when we did our interior renovation. And there's really no change to them in this current proposal. We also installed a sprinkler system throughout the building to make everything as safe as humanly possible. And part of our addition includes an elevator that will allow people to get up to the 2nd floor, whereas currently it's just accessed by stairs.
I just want to orient myself to this. So the space, I'm actually asking questions about what you've alluded to, which is phase 3.
Okay.
So would phase 3 be in what is now the outdoor
Correct.
garden seating space?
Correct.
And will that phase 3 would be an expansion of the restaurant space?
Correct.
Okay. And I saw at the trustees meeting the septic variant exception that you were granted. I also believe that I saw in an ARB meeting that isn't there something already happening by the outdoor garden space, an awning of some kind?
No, we're not in front of the ARB yet.
So why do I think that? Doesn't matter. If you're not there yet and you're not doing that,
We're not
it does
there
not
yet.
actually matter.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Okay, I'm just trying to orient myself to all these things that I've been hearing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we hope to get there soon, obviously,
Right.
but like I was looking for your blessing before I went there.
so when you get to phase 3, will the amount of the variance that you now need be essentially less because you'll be closer to the 3-foot space?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So the variance that I'm asking for now,
Mhm.
which is that 50-foot setback, and
Right.
again, the existing restaurant obviously meets the less than 3-foot maximum.
Mhm.
Our addition does not. But yes, when we do phase 3, that variance will become moot.
Right, because you'll be more in compliance.
Because we'll become more in compliance,
Okay.
correct. And by the way, I also have letters of support from the owner of Rotations for this project, and he's seen both phase 2 and phase 3, and he's written a letter, which I will hand in, that's.
I think that's my only question. I wanted to get a sense of what I was
Yeah.
seeing and thinking that I had been hearing, but I guess I hadn't, so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's really, it's primarily the special exception variance, I think, is, and again, I don't see how we're not changing anything other than trying to make the restaurant operate better. The building is as wide as the building is, and it
Right.
did become pre-existing non-conforming at the time that the lots merged. That doesn't really change. Again, our addition will bring that into conformance,
Mhm.
and it will bring the street setback into conformance as well.
Okay. I don't have any more questions on that.
Nora,
Oh, I think it's great. It's wonderful.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Lisa, the village has the property as 3 tax maps. Can you tell the board when they became merged?
Sure. So I did a little investigating on that because I was confused at the time.
Only because I think that's how we have it listed on the agenda as well, so I just want to make sure we have it correct.
Yeah, we do.
Let me give you.
3 tax maps.
I had so Wayne Bruin was the attorney for the sale, and he wrote an attorney opinion letter as to when that happened, because I'm not a lawyer. So I will hand up those to
you were prepared for the question.
I was prepared for the question because I had the same question. So my understanding is, reading through this letter, that at the time that all 3 properties were brought into the same name, which actually I think was before John bought it, but when that happened, the titles all merged, and they've remained merged ever since. So he says it happened actually in the 80s, that they became one tax lot. However, for some reason, the town and the county have not done that, or they haven't listed that yet. So we are in the process of having Squires and Holden create this map without this, and asking the county to actually merge them.
Right.
on
To
their
one
maps,
tax lot.
On their maps, yes.
Gotcha.
So, but yes, he is of the opinion that they have in fact merged, and that they are in fact one lot. And I have copies of the deed, if you would like it, that show that all 3 are owned by John in the same name, if you'd like that. I can hand that up too.
Yes, please.
If you're offering, we're taking.
I'll give you, I have a lot of copies though, more than. For you, for you.
Thank you.
it, I'll give you Rotation's letter, if you would like.
Yep.
Thank you. So just to note for the record, the three documents that we have received, first is an April 24th, 2024 letter addressed to John Betts from Wayne Brune. The second is a copy of a deed dated July 14th, 2022. Signed, but no recording information. The third is a letter from Richard Lespeza,
Oh, yeah.
dated April 10th, 2024.
I mean, if these were for some reason not merged, wouldn't we have different variance requests entirely?
If they were separate lots,
These were separate
I think I need
lots.
to understand the history a bit more. And I was just trying to read through Mr. Bruin's letter
Mhm.
quickly just to get an understanding, because I'm also looking at the assessor's records for Suffolk County. And as the architect has explained, they still are three separate tax lots, one of which does not appear to be owned by 36 Windmill Lane.
I can take for the purpose of determining the variances, they were considered to be one building lot for measurement purposes. And it's not uncommon where building lots are sometimes comprised of more than one tax lot.
Right.
Do you have any information regarding 39.7 though? Because what I'm seeing is 39.5 is the Shippies building, 39.6 is the access area, if you want to call it that, to the south, where part of this construction is proposed. And then 39.7 is north of the building, but the county records seem to reflect that that's owned separately, not by 36 Windmill.
I can tell you what we have access to at the town records.
Town shows it all.
So you're talking about the property to the south?
Now, 39.5 and 39.6 are fine by me. It starts if you go from the south
Yep.
up. 39.6 is the southernmost lot, then 39.5, then 39.7. So the one I'm wondering about is 39.7.
According to the town GIS, it's owned by 36 Windmill Lane LLC.
And that's the
I'm now.
subject.
It's interest. Oh, I see what the assessors. There's a little line pointing down. This 39.7 is to the rear of your property, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. It shows on the assessor's map as being to the north, and when you press on it, it shows that the village owns it. But I think that's really lot 16, not lot 39.7. So, okay.
At some point in time, the village, at some point in time, that lot became owned by this property. There was a time when it was, I think, village property. And that is also in all of the deeds and all of the easements that have been recorded over time. I mean, I can supply, I think it's like a 50-page thing I can supply you with if you would like to go through all of that. But we are in the process of getting the county to show them all as one lot.
All right. So an application has been made to merge the lots.
I just have the surveyor wants to do a new updated survey to do it. So
Okay.
it's in the process. It should happen within the next 2 weeks.
Okay. So yeah, all three tax lots do appear to be owned by the same entity, which is the applicant. So if the building department views it as one building lot for building purposes, then it's acceptable.
Do any members of the public wish to be heard on this? We're good then?
Yeah, we're good.
It's okay to close the decision.
Oh, there is somebody coming in. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Aye.
Are you wanting to be heard on 36 Windmill Lane?
Yes.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
The floor is yours.
So I'm David Silverstein. I'm the owner of 22 Windmill Lane, which is a property that we've been trying for some time to redevelop. We're in front of the planning board now, and I think we're in front of your board at the next meeting. And I just want to go on record saying we're very much in favor of what John is doing with Shippies and the expansion. The concern, obviously, and I've expressed it to Mr. Betts, is that we pay close attention to the parking, behind Windmill Lane, and as well as, the sanitary, which I understand he's in front of the health department now. But, we do want to be sensitive to future needs of that area as those three properties, including rotations, work together to create one, viable commercial district.
Thank you, Mr. Silverstein.
And Alex, I presume that no parking variance is required here because the occupancy hasn't changed. Is that correct?
That's correct. Because
Okay.
it's a restaurant use, the parking calculation is determined by number of seats rather than square footage of the building.
Okay.
So although the building size is increasing because there's no change in number of seats, there's no parking request associated with this at this time.
But if I understood correctly, in the next phase, you're gonna add seats.
Yes.
And then we'll have to discuss
Yes.
what Alex just.
That's correct.
Correct. That's why we'll be back. We'll see you.
Yeah, but
We're
this
looking
application
forward.
isn't. This application is requesting an expansion of the use. So I just want to be conscious that, again, it's not that we're not in favor of it. We just want to be sensitive to the needs of those three properties together so that one doesn't create a situation which hinders the other my property from being developed.
That's fair. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll motion to close for decision case number 3175, 36 Windmill Lane LLC, 36 Windmill Lane. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, guys.
I don't believe we had any items for work session, but we do have the next, I believe, 7 meetings scheduled there. But so if there's any that we know we won't have quorum for, you could please let us know and we'll make the adjustments accordingly.
What are the ones after August 13th?
I don't believe the board has scheduled them
I only
thus
see
far.
4 on my sheet.
So if you look to the right for June, July, and August, there's a Tuesday and a Thursday for each of those 3 months.
Oh,
Hold on a sec. Alex, I just want to look at August to
Mhm.
see if, I have no idea when Labor Day is.
I
so
believe it's
I'm looking.
September. Let me check my calendar as well.
September
second.
2nd. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we could, people will still come.
No, this is part of it, so that we can have on record when our next meetings are.
So yeah, our next meeting would be May 14th. There's no second meeting in May because of the Memorial Day holiday. And then there's 2 meetings shown for each June, July, and August.
It's fine with me.
I'm a no for 5/14.
Did you want to deliberate with respect to the new case, 36 Windmill, that you closed?
Let's wait.
Okay.
When we have 5 members.
Okay. And just remind the other members, I'll remind the other members to review the video and everything so that they're prepared and can vote on this application.
Mhm.
And they can let us know about the schedule as well if they have any conflicts that might prevent a quorum.
Yes. Yeah, as of now, we don't see conflicts where we would not be able to muster a quorum, so let's move forward with the notion that we're going to have these meetings.
Okay, and we can always change that as the caseload requires.
Thank you. So a motion to close the public hearing April 25th, 2024 of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, that was fast.
That was a record.
That was really fast.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Everybody adjourned.